to the right of Elevato. Jones now. Sliced out of there. Connor Edwards, another Rockford native out on the ice. For Watkins, who's knocked off the puck, Knopfsinger will take it ahead. Edwards is tied up with Twaddell, and now they are going at it. He shoves over Twaddell, and that's it. Wouldn't expect either of them to be ejected here. If anything, it might be Edwards. Twaddell's not even going to the box. No, he is. He's just running away. He's on strike. I think if you're the Crusher, you might get a little lucky with having offsetting calls here. Yeah, no, they're offsetting calls, so we'll just keep playing the normal brand of hockey. Nobody is sent out of this game. Nobody gets a 10. And now it just leaves a little bit more to sort out. Seems like we're good now. 5-on-5 hockey as it was. It's Martino against Coffey, the two captains at the faceoff here in the neutral zone. An intense 5.5 minutes await us. Minerick up ahead, takes the pass back and kicks it down the boards, where he is strangled to the wall by Tissot. That's a big hit there on a big body. Gabriel, Papakristopoulos, now Cocky firing wide. Burnett recovers before he's met down below by Tissot. Yates gets a boost from Burnett's shove. Now to center. Levine waiting. He's on a solo mission here. Potentially tripped up. Will keep playing. Yates laying a check. Papakristopoulos getting shoved around in a circle here. Now fighting for his own. Levine. Delayed penalty. And it's on Yates, I believe. Unless I saw it wrong. Yeah, it is. It's a slash in front of the net. And the Cougars have another power play. They had just one power play opportunity entering this third period. This is their third of the third. And they're still looking for that power play goal to just break this game wide open. That could be now. Clean draw win, pardon me, by McElroy. Now Damaraki skipped away. Good hit by Knopfsinger down low. Delayed penalty on the Cougars now as they lose their cool. This is just bizarre. Looked like it was Ramsey Paul that initially just slashed the stick, but it's not technically a slash if you stick lift. And I think that's what Paulo did. It frustrated by Katowski, and now we got this. So 4-on-4 for a minute 43, and then it'll be a 17-second power play for Chicago. That amount of time is very familiar with this city here. Meraki up the wall. Knopfsinger elected not to pinch. So here comes Cocky with a rifle. Swallowed up by Jack Olivato. Ramsey Paulo spins off of Spencer Cocky and finds Potosny. Martino gets shoved ahead. Now Paulo. Nice move by Potosny. Lengthy shot glove down by Donahue. A lot of whistles as of late. 3:49 to go. Cougars trying to make it 2 straight wins. They beat the T-Rex 5 days ago, 6-3. On the other end for the Crush, they have not won one in regulation in 15 days. But they did win in overtime last weekend against MJDP. Paulo denied. Fernandez will stretch pass. Caden McElroy down the left side. Takes a check. Still is just driving down below the goal line. Rodriguez, while stumbling, worked it to the point. Fernandez a shot. Deflected, but still stopped. 4-on-4 for another 44 seconds. Here is Fernandez. Denied. Logan Fernandez plays across on a one-timer going wide from Tamaraki. Tamaraki now. Swiped away. It's a race for it as it trickles towards the blue line. It's kept in by Fernandez. And taken away by McElroy. Across Tamaraki. What a save! Olivato keeps this game tied. Oh my goodness. So now Edwards and Twaddell are back into play. They're 2-minute minors. Finally get that whistle so they can exit the penalty box. Spencer Cocky will take the draw against Mikey Love. He'll flick it forward, but Luzmatak's there to snuff it out. There'll be a chance here for Giovanni Rizzo. Rizzo moving down the side. He's brushed up against the boards. Final seconds, and there is Josh Yates out of the box. Quick power play for the Crush. Now just under 12 seconds. And the Cougars can clear. Eventually the other way by Katowski. Flipped out now for Large. Mikey Large. Stumble at center between Watkins and Rentner. Cocky possesses, throws it up the boards by Katowski. Had it taken away by Martino. Crusher on sides, which means Keith Watkins can go crashing in. Watkins split between 2 decisions. Couldn't do much there. Now Levine back in front. Watkins towards the net. He was almost Johnny on the spot to break this tie. Lutzinger glued against the wall. 2-on-2 against the boards. And now Cocky can't get it out. Here's Martino. That shot blocked by Papa Christopoulos. 1:15 and counting. What a game we've got here. Damaraki, the former Crush defenseman, works it around the wall. Space for Edwards. Here comes Bledsoe. Or sorry, that's Potosny. Chipped in deep. Now to the side for Dominic Mena. Caden McElroy down the right side of the ice. Shakes off Paulo for just a moment. Cycles it back down. There's numbers in front. It's Burnett. Sharp angle, save by Alavato. And another stop on the shot from Damaraki with 34.9 to play. For those of you new to overtime here in the USPHL, it is 5 minutes of 3-on-3, and if that isn't enough, it's a 3-round shootout in the style of the National Hockey League. McElroy against Large, and McElroy wins the face-off back for Fernandez. Minerick fans on his passing attempt. Paulo will step up, but can't get it out of the zone. Now Burnett with a chance. Good save, Alavato. The rebound being trudged at, and he now holds tall in his crease. We get a whistle and a scramble. .6 to go. Hockey's in to take the draw, wins it forward, swoops it wide. Under 20 now. Rentner from the point. That got partially blocked by Bledsoe. With 10 now, Potosny off the boards. It's going to be a foot race, and Bledsoe's going to win it. He's got a chance with 5. Until he didn't. Good defending by Rentner, and that does it on 3 periods. $60 minutes, not enough. Let's go to 65. Maybe fewer.
Crush had 8 for a game total of 31. Up next, 5 minutes or less, sudden death overtime.
32-31, the game total in shots on goal in this one.
The game will be decided by a USPHL shootout.
And now we wait to see who will be the 3 thrown on for each side. It's always interesting. It's not always your best players. It usually is, but sometimes you make that strategic adjustment. Players who can possess the puck well. Definitely a strength here in overtime. Possession is all. Get ready for a different brand of hockey. So the Cougars go with Minerick, Kaki, and Damaraki. That to no surprise. And maybe to a bit of surprise for some, it's Bledsoe, Lind, and Luzbatek. I think Bushbosh are going with the guys that have backed up in the stat sheet for the Crush. Bledsoe led this team in goals entering this game with 7. Lind came into this game leading the team with 10 points. Luzbatek's the defensive selection. Have to wonder who the next defenseman is. Potentially Ramsey Paulo. Lind takes the pass from Bledsoe. Awkward bounce off the backboards. And quickly we have a 2-on-1 the other way. Nice collection by Minerick. He took it off his skate across Damaraki. Likes his options, but couldn't get anything going, and Alavato, instead of playing it aside, will take the whistle. Edwards is the defenseman. Looks to be, no, they're actually going to move Edwards to forward. Don't scratch that. Hartnett in as the winger. Edwards is the defender. And he will take things off the face-off win for the Crush. 30 seconds into OT. Edwards having the puck roll on him. I guess it's a good time to do that with all the space you have. Just can't settle that puck. He's laughing right now as we speak. Just no cooperation from this puck. It's rolling on him again. He's got it settled now, down the right side. Cuts inside, has numbers, but can't pull the trigger on a shot or pass. Still the same three out there for the Cougars. Lynn thought about coming to the bench, but now he's going to empty the tank, having possession of the puck. Still no Cougars coming to the bench. That won't change here either. As here's Lynn down the left side. Edwards crashing. Lynn, wait, shoots and scores! Ball game! Crush win 4-3. In game number 3 of the season series, they take the lead 2-1. The Crush moved to 5-8-1. The Cougars 3-9-2. It's the guys in the blue and red right now saying you should have stayed in these shades. As they take a bigger cushion in the division. But still plenty of sportsmanship between these two teams. A lot of players that know each other very well. The game winner scored by Caleb Lind. Quite a game it was today. Lind with a goal and an assist in this one, now up to 12 points on the season. And that will do it here from a fun one in Lockport. We thank you all for being here on Black Bear. This is all these teams will see against each other for this weekend. The Crush will load up for the Spacemen tomorrow. So, for Black Bear TV, we thank you so much for watching this broadcast. This has been Luke Jordan. Now signing off on a final score, the Chicago Crush win this one past regulation in OT. Caleb Lind, the game winner, and a final score, the Chicago Crush 4, the Chicago Cougars 3. Thanks, and have a great rest of your Saturday afternoon from wherever you are on a beautiful day here in Chicagoland.
Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Just getting warm-ups underway here at the Summit Ice Arena. Got the Chicago T-Rex Elite Team going up against the Metro Jets Elite Team.
Fans and other spectators, staff, referees, or players making racial remarks or using foul or abusive language. Chicago T-Rex reserve the right to eject any patron whose behavior is against policy, unruly, or illegal in nature. Game tickets will be forfeited without refund. Your Chicago T-Rex are very active on social media. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on X and Instagram. The T-Rex share all the behind-the-scenes coverage of the team there, so be sure to stay tuned in.
Good afternoon and welcome into the Summit Ice Center here in Lockport, Illinois, as we get set for the second of a three-game weekend set between the visiting Metro Jets and your Chicago T-Rex. Hello everyone, Andy Petzinger here, happy to bring you along on the broadcast. Last night, these two teams met up against one another and it was a 5-2 victory for the Metro Jets. They got 2 goals from Ryan Jacobson, along with Connor Mulligan, Grayson Laprise, and Aiden Racosta getting goals on the Metro Jets side. Meanwhile, the T-Rex got 2 goals from Ramsey Paulo, who will not be in the lineup today. Those 2 goals from Paulo kept the T-Rex within striking distance. Let's send it on down to Andy Stores for the starting lineups and national anthem.
This is Olsen Hockey Public Address Announcer Andy Stores. Welcome to Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois, for this afternoon's United States Premier Hockey League elite matchup between the visiting Metro Jets Development Program and your Chicago T-Rex. Let's read the starting lineups for this afternoon's game, beginning with Metro Jets. In goal, number 50, Jesse Lee. On defense, number 48, Sam Hansen. On defense, number 88, Gavin Otto. At center, number 66, Braden Graham. At left wing, number 2, Tyler Dix. And at right wing, number 62, Ronnie Loopers. The head coach of the Metro Jets Elite is Danny Vanderwitt. The associate coaches are Jamie Lovell and Jake Howley. Goaltending coach Randy Wilson. Equipment manager Paulie Sheridan. Now the starting lineups for your Chicago T-Rex. In goal, number 32, Param Chala. On defense, number 71, Colton Lucas. On defense, number 98, Nicholas Mason. At center, number 6, Michael Sauer. At left wing, number 2, Carter Kauna. And at right wing, number 88, Chris Funk. The GM and head coach of the T-Rex Elite is Pavel Olsevich. The assistant coach is Danny Randall. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise as you are able and kindly remove all caps as we honor America and the men and women serving our country at home and overseas. And join me, soloist Andy Stores and organist Gary Littard in the singing and playing of the Star Spangled Banner.
Thank you, Andy Stores. Those starting lineups for the visiting Metro Jets in goal. Jesse Lee getting his second start of the season in his last game against the Gamblers AAA team. They got a 3-1 victory, made 31 saves on 32 stops. His defense in front of him, Gavin Otto paired up with Samuel Hansen, and from left to right up front, Tyler Dix, Ronnie Lubbers on the right-hand side, and Braden Graham in the middle. For your Chicago T-Rex, Param Chala getting the start in net his last game was back on October the 11th against the Battle Creek Colonels. He gave up 7 goals, but that was on 60 shots through 2 periods of play. So played extremely well in that hockey game and getting the start again here today. His defense, Colton Flukas paired up with Nicholas Nace. And up front left to right, Carter Cullinan, Michael Sauer, and Chris Funk. Your officials today, Edmund Vogrich is going to be the referee. Linesmen are Ed Seary and Alex Lieberman. As the puck is dropped, we are underway. It's taken on by Samuel Hansen. He'll dump this one in. Going to battle in the corner there is Colton Flukas. Pass out in front. Dick's able to pot that one just wide. Cullinan will wrap it around the wall. Comes out to the blue line. Funk trying to one-hand that out. Lubber's able to keep that one in. Dick's now in behind the net. Try to pass it out towards the circles. Bounces up in the air. Hansen holds it in at the blue line. His long shot blockered away by Chala and out of play. Good stop there by Param Chalas. That was a long shot from the point. There was a little bit of a screen in front, a moving screen, if you will. That shot from Hansen was certainly looking for the stick of the player who was going towards the front of the net. I believe it was Graham. And Charlie able to stay with it the whole way. Off the draw. Puck is controlled by Schwarzer behind the net. Had it knocked off his stick by Lewandowski. He's unable to clear out of his own end. Schwarzer has it once again in behind, pass out towards the slot. Waiting there was Brody Jamrock. But he could not take it from the backhand to the forehand, and it gets sent out into Metro Jets territory. Schwarzer here in his own zone will elect to go back to Connor Mulligan. He'll set up behind his own net and flip this one towards the neutral zone. Brody Jamrock will hit the red line and dump this one in. Donovan Miller chasing after it. Jacobson able to beat him to the puck. Goes out to the blue line. Mulligan shot. Good block there by Adams. Going down to one knee. Now Lewandowski will wrap it around, and it beats Mulligan and goes all the way back into the Jets zone. The T-Rex will get a wholesale line change. Aksanov will chip it around the check of Flukas. They go battling into the corner. Out at the blue line, Lee here takes a wrist shot that's kicked away. Rebound off to the side of the net. Good second stop there from Chala as the rebound went right to Dmitry Aksanov, who was waiting along the goal line. He didn't really have an angle. He's a left-handed shot coming in down that left side, so really didn't have too much of an angle. Throw it on net, but good job by Chala to stay with it and reel in that puck and get a whistle. Here's a turnaround shot off the face-off. Grayson Laprise trying to go top corner. Chala with the glove. Face off to the right of goaltender Param Chala. It's sent up the wall and all the way down. This one should go the length for icing, and it will, so we will reset back in the T-Rex zone. T-Rex enter the game 4-7 on the season. They are 4th in the Midwest. Looking up at the Metro Jets, who are in 3rd. They are at 8-4 on the year. Laprise once again taking a shot right off the face-off. That's knocked down by Chala and cleared back into Jets territory. On goal, so it's cleared aside by Jesse Lee. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Picked up here by Nicholas Nazy. He'll move it forward for Chris Funk, who throws that one towards the net, deflects off of a stick and out of play. First time getting an offensive zone face-off for the T-Rex. On the draw, Michael Sauer, the South African native, will turn around and throw that one through the slot. Picked out of there by the Metro Jets and all the way back into T-Rex territory. Micah Jenkins gets bumped along the wall there by Stomp, who throws it towards the middle. Pass was in the feet of Maxwell, couldn't get a good shot off. And up the wall it comes. Chris Funk out to center ice. 2-on-2, possible 3-on-2. Here's Kalnin. Try to drop that one off for Donovan Miller, but the pass was read by the Jets and sent back the other way. Now Funk at the blue line will chip it forward. Kalnin after it lays a body on Stomp. And Chambers will take it out to the neutral zone. Chambers overskates at the blue line. Was looking to pull up there and wait for the rest of the play to develop, but lost control of the puck. Cleared out to the blue line. Here's Hansen. He'll walk the line. His pass across escapes out to the neutral zone, and Chambers here will control and bring it back in onside. Graham around to check. Drops it back for Chambers, who's unsuspecting. Came back to Graham. It's stuck in his feet. Now backhanded towards the goal by Chambers, but played on by a hand pass. As Braden Graham was on his hands and knees there trying to jimmy that puck free. Ended up moving that forward with his hand. And the faceoff will come out to the neutral zone. Mulligan in over the line, takes a wrist shot, easily seen there by Param Chawla. He'll grab that and get a whistle. 3 minutes and 45 seconds down here in the first period. Most of the play being down to our left so far. T-Rex with one register shot on net. I believe that one being the clearing attempt from their own end that went on goal. Pushed out to center ice. Picked up here Miles Goldman. And it knocked away by Dix. Goldman will take it right back though. And in his own end, Parker Lewandowski has to stick handle away from a check. Lucas out to the neutral zone. Bounces free. Here comes the T-Rex. Wrist shot here from Lewandowski. Never made it through. Clearing attempt comes out to the blue line, held in by Lucas Gold. His wrist shot sent wide. Lewandowski at the side of the net trying to jam that one home. Sliding back was Lee. Jets try to clear. They give it up to Gold. Wrist shot never made it through. Comes right back to the Metro Jets, and they'll send it through the neutral zone where Dix has it along the near wall. Knocked away from him. And Ethan Adams for the T-Rex will start back the other way. Adams will drop this off. Nazy got as far as the blue line before he had to cross that one over. Goff had it and lost it. Now gets it right back here in the slot. Had his stick lifted. And the Jets are able to force this one out to the neutral zone. Here's Jason Shores leaving it for Jacobson. Jacobson, who had 2 goals in last night's game. He's harassed. Will wrap it around the wall out to the blue line. Sent to the opposite corner now where Shores takes a good hit. Still is able to come away with the puck, however. Throwing it towards the front of the net, cleared out of there by the T-Rex. Bouncing around, comes back to Schwarzer at the circle. Clearing attempt comes out to the blue line and is forced out to center ice. Jets will take it back and chip it back into the T-Rex zone. Micah Jenkins out to center ice. T-Rex stopped up there at the blue line, taken by Laprise, and he'll start back 3-on-4. Grayson Laprise had it swiped off his stick by Flukas. Laprise able to get it back along the wall. Out to the blue line now. Here's Otto. Slides it down. Aksanov lets it go by for Laprise. Back to Aksanov down low. He's got Racosta up top trying to find a way to get it to him. Holding Edward takes a turnaround shot that comes right through the crease. Racosta picks it back up here in the near corner. In behind the net and out the opposite side. He's well covered by Jenkins. Shot from the side of the goal. Didn't make it on net. And Jenkins is thrown into the wall there. Unable to clear the puck. Finally comes up the wall and shot out to the neutral zone. Gavin Otto looking up ahead for Racosta. Racosta takes a good hit from Michael Sauer. Still's able to carry on with the puck out to Otto at the blue line. Tipped out in front by Jamrook. And a good stop required by Chawla. That puck was going to the glove side of Chala, but was redirected on its way through by Aksanov. And Chala had to readjust and soak that one in the chest. Approaching 7 minutes gone by here in period number 1. We stay scoreless. Puck is caught in the skates of the linesman. Jets are able to pull away with it. In the corner, it's Maxwell. His pass across to flex up into the air. Finally settles down for Sauer behind his own net. Will come out to the neutral zone with it. That did end up getting out. Now Cameron Maxwell protecting the puck on the far side is able to gain entry into the T-Rex zone. Comes back to him along the wall. He's got his stick lifted though nicely by Funk. And it gets cleared out to the neutral zone. Bounces nicely to Carter Kalnin. He might have a step here. Good back check, Mulligan. Kalnin had a step and Mulligan put it at the afterburners on and caught up to him, stripped him of the puck and moves it back the other way. There's Kalnin again at the blue line. He'll redirect it in and go off for a line change. Mulligan after it behind his own net. Will send it up the wall to an open area. Lucas Gold is there. His shot redirected on its way through and sent wide. Lewandowski battling in behind. Clearing attempt goes out to center ice. Look out here, puck over skating, goes right to the Metro Jets. It's Lubbers holding on to it. His pass across for Dix didn't end up making it there. Once again overskated. Here's Dix, he scores! T-Rex having a little trouble controlling the puck in their own end. That last turnover went right to Tyler Dix in between the hash marks. He's able to fire that one past the blocker side of Chala and in. The Metro Jets get the first goal of the game. It's 1-0. For Tyler Dix, that's going to be his third goal of the season. Or pardon me, his fourth goal of the season. With assists from Lubbers and Graham. Jets looking for more as this shot goes right through the crease and out the other side. Otto keeps it alive at the far point, wrapped around in behind. Chambers after it in the corner. He gets bodied by Ethan Adams, who comes up the wall and is able to skip that one just past Lee and out to the neutral zone. Max Lee able to juggle this one over the line. Toss one towards the goal, cleared out by the T-Rex and all the way down. And they will be guilty of icing with 10:53 left to play in the first. Face-off going to be to the right-hand side of goaltender Param Chala. Off the draw, it's controlled by the Jets. Lee, a long shot, and Chala never saw it. Grazed the outside of the post and deflects out to the neutral zone. Gold able to gain entry on the far side. Will drop it off on the wall. Adams holds. He'll come across to Flukas here. His wrist shot was hoping for a redirect. Didn't get it. And it wraps all the way out to center ice. T-Rex controlling their own end. It's Miller. Gets redirected in by Lewandowski. T-Rex will complete a line change. Aksanov here for the Metro Jets. Will hit Racosta inside. Racosta over the blue line. Takes a wrister. It gets knocked away by Chala to the corner. Now Jenkins will wrap it up the wall. Held in at the blue line by the other 48, Hansen. He stripped of it in a breakaway for Dylan Dwyer from center ice in. Dwyer to the forehand, sends it just wide. Cleared out to center ice. Here's Racosta. 3-on-2. Once again coming in over the line to let it rip. It's blocked. Aksanov tries a shot that sails wide. Racosta at the far side going out to the blue line. Jumps over the stick of Dewar. And he'll have to go back to recover. Laprise and Sauer battle at the blue line. Laprise is able to make his way into T-Rex territory. Kicks to the stick and looking towards the middle for Acosta, taken away by the T-Rex. He'll flip this high into the air, but not out. Held in by Lee at the blue line. His snapper was blocked by Sauer, and it comes all the way back to the Jets zone. Quickly they'll turn up, though. Aksanov will leave it for Acosta at the blue line. His pass was intended for Laprise, but it was a hot pass and jumped right over Laprise's stick. Up the near wall, it's Colton Flukas. Tried to drag around Lee, but lost it in his skates. Comes right back to Flukas at the circle. His shot blocked by a fallen Lee. And now Stomp will move back the other way. Wrist shot here from Shores, deflects off of his stick and out of play. We'll get a whistle with just about 8.5 left to go in the first. It's 1-0 Metro Jets. Off the faceoff goes to the wall. They battle for it, pulled out of there by Gold, and he's able to knock it out to the neutral zone just far enough to get it out to center ice. Jets converge and bring it right back in. Maxwell looking towards the middle. That pass deflects. And Gold for the T-Rex will start right back out to the neutral zone. Once again, stopped at the red line, unable to get too much further before the Jets converge on him. Pops free for Shores. He's at the bottom of the circle, tried a shot on net. Didn't get through the first time, and it rolls in on goal. Chala gets a hand on that, and he'll hang on with 7:53 left to play in the first. Mentioned it last night, and I'll mention it again. These two teams are 3rd and 4th, respectively, in the Midwest. The T-Rex trail the Jets by 7 points now in the Midwest Division, but this weekend would be a good time for them to start putting some pressure on the Jets as there's a good stop from Chala. 4 points on the table here, or at least left on the table in this weekend. The T-Rex are able to pull out 2 wins. We'll start putting a little bit of heat on the Metro Jets. Try to climb up the standings. Otto back in his own end. We'll wrap it around the wall for Hansen. And he'll skate out to center ice. Pass up ahead, hit Dix on the stick, but just rolled off the end of his twig. And the Jets will control once again in the neutral zone. Sent back into T-Rex territory, where Flukas will control. He'll wrap it around the wall. And out to the neutral zone it goes. Backhand pass will hit Goff over the line. His wrist shot into the glove of Jesse Lee, and he'll hang on to it. Offensive zone draw coming for the T-Rex. With 6:42 left to play in period 1. The line of Funk, Sauer, and Kalnin out there now. Draw won by the Metro Jets. They'll clear it up the wall and bounce that out to the neutral zone. Lucas has to chase after it. He gets it in behind his own net. Come out to the near side for Miller. He'll hit Sauer on the far wing. He'll chip it ahead. Funk in there on the forecheck. Had it roll off the end of his stick. Cleared out to the blue line. Held in there by Miller. He'll wrap it around. Elias Schwarzer for the Metro Jets couldn't clear it out on this near side. Lubbers will attempt on the opposite end. He is successful. Gets it to Jacobson, who chips and chases into the T-Rex territory. He'll take a hit in the corner. Jacobson out towards the slot, bounces around. Big save by Chala, falling down. Able to deny Lubbers, lunging out with the blocker. Made the save and fell on top of the puck, and he'll get a whistle. Biggest save of the game so far for Param Chala. Acosta on the draw here against Sauer. Face off won by Rakasa to the blue line. Lee, his wrist shot into the glove of Chala, and he will hang on. Metro Jets have certainly been the superior hockey team as far as the face-offs are concerned. They have dominated the face-off circle in this hockey game so far. As I say that, the T-Rex are able to win one. Nice job by Michael Sauer. Wrapped around the wall for Funk. He'll chip and chase. Leaving it there for Kalnin. Comes back to Funk. His pass out towards the slot, well covered, was Sauer. And the Jets out to the neutral zone. Racosta has Laprise with him. He'll throw it on net. Does Racosta. Sails wide. Bounces out to Laprise. He has it stripped off his stick by Sauer. And wrapped around to the opposite side. Funk, his clearing attempt was whiffed on. At the blue line, Laprise holding. Will leave it for Lee. Bit of a miscommunication there, and it comes out to the neutral zone. All Lee can do is dump it right back in and wait for his teammates to get on side. Lee steps up and takes the hit. Here's Lewandowski, pass across. What a save! Jesse Lee robs Lucas Gold, who unleashed a missile of a wrist shot right from just about the bottom of the circle, and Lee was able to fight it off with the glove. That pass up ahead for Adams, jumps over his stick and goes all the way down. Icing waved off. Max Lee, his pass for Aksanov, goes underneath his stick and out to the neutral zone. Best chance of the T-Rex right there, no doubt. And Jesse Lee with a sparkling glove stop. Out to the neutral zone. Here's a breakaway for Chambers from the blue line in. Chambers, the snapshot right into the stomach of Chala, and he'll hang on. And it was briefly seen there for a moment, and Hansen tried to hack at it. He took a shot to the chops for his efforts. Another good stop by Param Chala, that time at the top of his crease. Able to soak that one in. So both goaltenders shining bright here in the first period. Stomp for the Jets will come right back in. Blew a tire there on the far side, taken over by Chambers. His wrist shot goes up off the glass, wrapped around. Hansen, nice job to keep that in. Had his stick level on the ice. Was able to keep that puck alive. He's got it again at the blue line. His wrist shot blocked on the way through. Goes to Chambers on the far side. Couldn't get enough space to get a shot off. And the T-Rex once again failed to clear. Chambers falls in the exact same spot as his teammate had just a little while ago. I believe that was Stomp who had lost his balance. Metro Jets are just finding out that ice is slippery over there on that far side, and we'll get an icing call. 3:25 left to go in the first. Jets lead 1-0. Tied up face-off, gets kicked out to the blue line. Lee's snapshot sails wide. Tyler Dix trying to pull away there in the corner, was checked by Miller. And the T-Rex will clear out to the blue line. Lubbers knocks it down to keep it in. Picked up by Lewandowski and sent out to the neutral zone. Lee, after it in his own end, will sweep it away from trouble. Graham on the near wall will walk in and shoot one on net. Chala makes that one look easy, and he'll hang on. 14 shots on net so far for the Metro Jets here in this period. All but one has been stopped. Lubbers, his backhand pass did not connect. Clearing attempt ends up going out to center ice for the T-Rex. Mulligan takes over for the Jets. He'll come back in over the line. Pass out towards the slot, taken away. Comes right back to the Jets. Here's Lee at the high point. His wrist shot stopped there by Chala. The rebound knocked down by Dix. Comes back to Chala, and he'll hang on. Face off won by the Jets, but taken away by Chris Funk. He comes 2-on-2 back the other way. Chips around Otto, picks up his own pass. His shot is stopped, and the rebound was right there for Sauer. Puck was bouncing, though. He was unable to get any wood on it. Now Otto, his pass out towards the slot was blocked and sent out to the neutral zone. Kalnin after it here. Was beaten to the puck by Otto. Back into the hands of Michael Sauer. He'll go across for Funk. Funk had a little trouble with it. Was able to one-hand it out to the blue line. Coming right back is Jacobson. Wrist shot from Shores. Kicked aside. Sent up the wall, and Funk will bounce it out to the neutral zone. Kalnin after it here. He's got a man jumping up in the play. Nicholas Nace. He tries to find him with the backhand pass. Nace has to track it down. He'll cycle it down the wall. Clearing attempt held in at the blue line. Miller, his shot towards the net. Sticked into the corner. Gold has it knocked off his stick by Jacobson and out to the neutral zone. Back in comes Flukas. He'll chip and chase. Hansen after it in behind. Wrap it around for Laprise. He'll clear it out to center ice. Sent right back in by the T-Rex. Dewar over, skates in the corner. Adams after it there, causing some trouble. Puts it out to the blue line. Gold, a turnaround shot. Puck was going end over end. He didn't get much on it. And Hansen will control for the Jets. He'll wrap it around the wall. Get some help from Aksanov, who knocks it out to the neutral zone. 40 seconds left to go here in this first period. Racosta in the neutral zone will send it right back in. Aksanov after it in the corner. He'll hang on to it, look over his options, has a man in the high slot, and Racosta couldn't get it to him. He'll drop it off now for the defenseman, who takes a wrist shot that gets blocked out with Scott Dewar coming in. Laprise in behind. Is able to steal that puck away from Flukas. They battle in behind. Aksanov in front for Racosta. He was too well tied up to get a shot away, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone by the T-Rex. Aksanov looking for one more shot. It gets kicked away. And the first period will come to a close. 20 minutes come and gone, and the only goal on the board coming to Tyler Dix, his fourth goal of the season at the 11:36 mark. Shots through one period, 18-5 in favor of the Metro Jets. We will step aside for the first intermission, come back with the second period of play right after this. You're watching Chicago T-Rex hockey on Black Bear TV.
actually did something, I think everything would just collapse.
What? And is that still part?
I believe so.
Did you see more? No. So yeah, it's correct.
Welcome back to the Summit Ice Center as we get ready for the start of the second period. Just about to get underway. We're through 20 minutes here, and a very Metro Jets heavy first period outshot the T-Rex 18-5. There were no penalties on either side in that first period, and the only goal coming off the stick of Tyler Dix, getting his 4th of the year, off of a turnover in the T-Rex zone. He was all alone from just about the hash marks. And he let one fly just up over the blocker of goaltender Param Chawla. Both goaltenders playing extremely well in that first period. Chawla obviously tested more than Jesse Lee was, but both goaltenders had to make some big stops when required. It's an interesting question to ask as a goaltender. Is it tougher when you're getting shelled with shots? Or if you're kind of waiting for your first opportunity, only seeing shots every so often? And most goaltenders would tell you they would prefer to get a lot of shots rather than kind of being on pins and needles as far as when your next shot is going to come. Because then you start to get a little cold and maybe a little drawn out of the hockey game. So if I'm the T-Rex, I know I've only got 5 shots on net through that first period, and the puck was pretty much in my own end in the second. I want to throw the puck on net from pretty much anywhere and everywhere just to make sure that Jesse Lee is still awake back there. As the T-Rex have it in the offensive zone now. Colton Flukas out to the blue line. Here's a wrist shot from Colton, and that gets blocked, and a break back the other way. Here come the Metro Jets. A wrist shot, they score! Oh, and a big collision going into the wall. It's Lubbers, I believe. Or, pardon me, no. Can't quite see the number. At 66, Braden Graham with the goal. And he is back on his feet. Boy, he took a hard jolt into the wall, was able to bring himself upright just quick enough to avoid going shoulder / neck first into the board. So a scary collision there, but it seems like he's going to be all right. The Jets lead 2-0, just a half a minute here into the second period. Take on by Lewandowski in his own end. He'll wrap it around the wall and out to the neutral zone. Braden Graham getting his 2nd of the season. Lewandowski has it once more. He'll wrap it around the wall. Comes out to the blue line. Mulligan there to keep it in. His long wrist shot deflected on its way through. Big save, goes right to the goal line, and they say it's in. That puck changed directions halfway through to the goal, and Brody Jamrock is leading the line rush back to the Metro Jets bench. So it looks like he's going to be the one to get credit for this goal. But a wrist shot from the blue line by Connor Mulligan was redirected on its way through, and Param Chawla did a nice job of readjusting, getting an arm on it, popped up straight into the air, bounced onto the goal line and just over before Chawla was able to swipe it out with his glove. And the referee, Edmund Vogrich, in the right position right there on the goal line, was able to see everything, so it's 3-0. It is going to be Jamrock from Schwarzer. I do believe that they mean to give that to Mulligan, so let's see if that ends up changing. But 18:33 left to go here in the second period. And 2 goals already on the board here for the Jets, and Laprise is robbed there with the right pad of Chala. They have it at the side of the net, cannot jam it home. Now the headgear of Param Chala ends up coming off. Puck goes into the back of the net, but the whistle had sounded, so that goal will not count. There was a battle there along the far post as the Jets were trying to jam that puck in. And as they were trying to move to the other side, Chala got bumped. Headgear came popping off, and as soon as that headgear comes off, you're going to get a whistle immediately. Face off to the left-hand side of goaltender Param Chala. Helmet back on. Draw one to Otto at the blue line. His wrist shot kicked away. Out to Lee. His slap shot gloved down by Chala. As it's a bit of a shooting gallery here to kick off the second period, especially from the blue lines. Off the draw, gets pinned up along the far wall, and the T-Rex will clear it out. This one will go the length for an icing here on this fresh ice. The draw will come all the way back to the T-Rex end, back to where we had our last face-off, exactly 2 minutes into this second period. Off the draw, it ends up going back to that same wall again. Aksanov battling there, pops free. Laprise, his bad angle shot was denied. Comes right back to him here on the near side. Aksanov out in front. Pass from Acosta was a little too hot to handle. Kept in by a pinching Lee. Below the goal line. Aksanov battling there with Michael Sauer. Sauer cannot clear. Laprise out to the blue line. Otto able to keep it in. No, offside on the Metro Jets. Face-off coming just outside the Metro Jets bench. T-Rex had one too many guys out there for a brief moment. Finally, they've got 5 aside. I'm going to take the draw as Ethan Adams up against Maxwell. Caught up in a couple of skates, finally pulled free, and here's Lewandowski. He'll dump this one in, get sticked aside by Jesse Lee. That's part of what I was talking about earlier in this period by Lewandowski, just throwing that puck on net from just about anywhere. It's just a turnaround shot from Gold on the interception right in the high slot. His shot hit the side of the net. Well, you got a goaltender who's not seen much rubber here in the hockey game. I would start throwing that puck in on net from anywhere and everywhere just to make sure he's still paying attention. Back in the T-Rex zone, it's wrapped around the wall. Hansen had a roll off the end of his stick, ends up coming right back to Stomp. A wrist shot from the tops of the circle sails wide. Maxwell in the corner. Will come up the wall for Hansen, that deflected and comes all the way down. And icing coming up on the T-Rex. Face-off won by the Jets. Lubbers his wrist shot. Gloved down by Chala. They'll hang on to that. We'll get another whistle. T-Rex will change out their forward lines now that they're able to. Sauer coming in to take the draw against Tyler Dix. Won by the Jets out to the blue line. Max Lee's wrist shot deflects up in the air and out of play. Staying on that right-hand side of Param Chawla. Cleared out to the blue line and held in by Lee. Wrapped around to the near corner. Lubbers pulls it off the wall. Jamrock right in the slot. His wrist shot didn't get much on it. Sailed up over the net. Now Dix along the wall. We'll find Mulligan. He's stick checked there by Funk in a race for the puck here. Funk shot. They score! There you go. Chris Funk from a funky angle. Forgive me. Along the wall was able to beat his check and throw the puck on net and somehow beat the goaltender Jesse Lee. And the T-Rex are on the board. It's 3-1. Chris Funk with goal number 9 on the season. So a little life injected into the T-Rex bench. That goal going unassisted. And the T-Rex right back in it. Here's a long wrist shot, tipped on its way through. Ended up getting knocked to the corner. Sam Hansen at the blue line. This pass deflects and gets knocked out to the neutral zone. Caught up in the gear of Dylan Dwyer. He'll go back to Donovan Miller and out to the neutral zone. Otto has it for the Jets. He'll leave it off for Hansen, who comes right back into the line. That's a wrist shot. Go on net, and Chawla able to make the save, and Hansen following up his shot. Gave the goaltender a bit of a snow shower, and T-Rex, not the biggest fans of that. They let Hansen know. I believe that's now the second time that Hansen has gone hard to the front of the net when a puck was covered. I believe he did the same thing in the first period and took a right hook to the chops for it. Mulligan able to keep that puck in at the far blue line. His dump into the corner went off of the linesman. Stays alive in the T-Rex zone for a brief moment before getting sent out to the neutral zone. Aksanov right back in. We'll look to the middle. There's Laprise. His shot was unable to get much on it. Mulligan keeps it alive at the blue line. Wrapped around the wall to the near side. Acosta up top for Dewar at the point. Looking for a tip on its way through. Chawla able to knock it down. Held in once again by Mulligan at the far blue. Throws one on net, and Chawla grabs that, hangs on. We'll get a whistle. Just about 6 minutes gone here in the second period. Been a 3-goal period after only having one in the first. 2 goals coming to the Jets, 1 to the T-Rex. And behind the net, Shore spins away from a check. Looking out towards the slot, didn't end up getting to Jacobson, and the T-Rex out to center ice. Dumped in by Michael Sauer. Metro Jets will wrap it around and try to exit out to the neutral zone. Schwarzer had that puck escape him. Now Schwarzer once again in the neutral zone. Will one hand that one up ahead. Jacobson has Shores going in the net. Shot by Jacobson. Save made. Rebound. That rebound went right back to Shores, but the puck hopped over his stick. Couldn't get it settled down. Perfect shot there from Jacobson, though, right off that right pad. He was hoping to get that rebound, coming right back to the slot. Here comes Jacobson again. He comes around to check at the bottom of the circle. Pass out in front, nobody home. Jacobson in the corner now. Pinned up along the wall there by Miller. Jacobson pops free out to Dewar at the blue line. His wrist shot blocked on its way through. Comes right back to him. T-Rex trying to get that out, can out. Chambers. His shot blocked by Miller. And the T-Rex will gather it and clear it out to the neutral zone. Maxwell across for Chambers at the blue line, trying to throw it on net. Ends up getting blocked to the wall and forced out to the neutral zone. Chambers takes a hit here in the neutral zone by Miller. Jets get it right back and send it back in. Lewandowski the first one after it for the T-Rex. Spinning away from a check. Tries to kick that one up ahead for Miller, but Miller was unsuspecting. Shot from the wall. Save made the rebound. They score! First shot was stopped by Chalo. The rebound came right out towards the slot. Found the stick of Carson Stomp. And Stomp puts it home to make it 4-1. Off the draw, Lubbers will control. He'll dump it in deep. Tyler Dix after it. He opened up the scoring for the Metro Jets in the first. Pass out to Otto, hops over his stick, and he'll have to come back out to the neutral zone to recover. Maxwell and Lee getting the assists on that last goal for the Metro Jets. Now out in the neutral zone, Donovan Miller will move it up ahead. Otto controls for the Jets. He'll make an outlet pass for Tyler Dix. It rolled underneath the stick, however. Lee able to pull it away from a battle on the far wall and throw it into the T-Rex zone. Sent right back up the wall and out to center ice. Lewandowski trying to chip and chase around a check. Knocked off the puck there by Aksanov, who leads the rush back the other way. Aksanov for Lubbers. His wrist shot was blocked. Comes back to Aksanov. Lubbers in behind as sticks out towards the slot. Pass went there. Good job by Miller to cover and knock that one away. Now Adams hits the red line. He'll dump it all the way in. Lee after it. Try to set that one up in behind for Miller. Or excuse me, for Dewar, pardon. Long stretch pass for Rakasa, who was waiting at the blue line. Bounced over his stick. The goaltender, Param Chawla, slamming a stick on the ground, trying to get the attention of his defenseman. There was a guy just kind of sitting and waiting at the blue line. Aksanov will leave it here for Hansen. His shot kicked away. Rebound pops out towards the slot. And at the goal line, what a save made by Chawla. Down and out, fully outstretched, reaching out to his right, was able to get the paddle across the goal line and keep that puck out. Great battle by Param Chawla, who picks up his biggest save of the evening. Just over halfway through the second period. Jets lead it by a score of 4-1. T-Rex hoping to change the course of events here. They dump it into the offensive zone. Sauer along the far wall. Had it knocked away from him. Clearing attempt held in at the blue line for a brief moment. Now Dewar will send it out to the neutral zone. Jacobson in the corner. Will spin away from a check. Comes back to Shores. His wrist shot pops up in the air. Goes the opposite side. Schwarzer there trying to spin away from a check. Sauer takes it away. Clearing attempt up the wall. Cut off by Jacobson to the goal line. Schwarzer able to throw one on net. Goes off the side of the post. Funk unable to clear. Dewar at the blue line. Long shot kicked out of there by Chawla. Dewar once again at the blue line. A wrist shot. That one's gobbled up by Chala, and he will hang on. Reading 17 shots on net for the Metro Jets in this period, and we still got 8:50 to go. They have 8:35 total in the hockey game compared to the 9 for the T-Rex. Donovan Miller gets knocked off the puck there in the corner. Sent up the wall. Gold trying to bully that one out. Mulligan stayed right with him. Comes back to Mulligan at the blue line. His shot kicked out by Chala. The rebound swiped away by Miller and out to the neutral zone. Gold going after it. Able to strip that away from Mulligan. Gold with some wheels. Cycles it down low. Adams after it there. He's knocked to the ice by Lee. Finally Stomp at the blue line. Able to evade one check and out to the neutral zone. They go 2-on-1. Started with Chambers. His shot was hoping to go off the pad for Stomp, and Chala able to pick that up off the ground. And I believe as he was going by Carson Stomp, took a little bit of a whack at the glove of Chala. Chala didn't like it. We have not yet had a penalty in this hockey game. Off the draw, Hansen has it at the blue line. His shot getting in the way of that was Justin Goff. And now Dylan Dwyer will hit Goff in the neutral zone. Otto takes over for the Jets. We'll look over his options. Lubbers controls and will start moving back 3-on-3. Lubbers over the blue line, around the check. Gets in below the goal line. Has a pass out in front, get blocked down, comes back to Lubbers though. And now Dix. For Lubbers, back to Dix here at the circle. Dix around a check, taking a wrist shot, and Chala picking cherries. Will grab that and get a breather as well with 7:23 left to go in the second period. That was shot number 20 in the period for the Metro Jets. T-Rex win this face-off. They'll wrap it around the wall. Dwyer there on the opposite side. Needs a little bit of help there from Goff to try to get that puck out. Comes back to Colton Flukas. He'll come off the glass and get a friendly hop out to the neutral zone. Gavin Otto from behind his own net will skate out to the neutral zone, throw one on goal, and Chala makes an easy stop there. He'll hang on for a whistle with 6:51 to play in the second period. Jets lead it by a score of 4-1. There's Laprise off the faceoff, throwing it on goal. Kick save made, the rebound. Rolling out to his right. Two more saves for Chala. Maybe a third there on Laprise. He made two stops in tight on Aksanov. Aksanov has it again in behind. Moves it to Racosta in the slot. Down for Laprise. Gets a shot off. That one misses just wide on the blocker side. Now Aksanov pinned up along the wall. Laprise for Dewar at the blue line. Scott Dewar will wrap it around in behind. Aksanov shimmies away from a check in front for Laprise. His wrister goes up and out of play. 6:08 to go in the second period. Picked off by the T-Rex off the face-off. Sent out to the neutral zone. Adams had his stick lifted by Laprice. Bouncing around there in the neutral zone. Finally popped free for Gold. He'll gain entry to the offensive zone. Pass across, was stuck in the skates of Mulligan. He'll chip it off the glass, but not out. Held in by Lucas for a brief moment as he goes colliding with Dewar. Lucas back up on his feet. And back the other way, Aksanov gains entry to the offensive zone as Racosta in the middle. His pass intercepted there by Lucas Gold, and he'll start the 2-on-2 rush. Gold dipping the shoulder around Mulligan on the backhand, couldn't get a clean shot away. Mulligan staying with him the whole time. We'll clear it out to center ice, just off the bench. Ryan Jacobson. Rubbed off along the wall there by Miller. Donovan Miller takes a hit from Jacobson now. You get and you give. First shot by Schwarzer, stopped, comes back to him in the corner. Dwyer trying to force this puck out to the neutral zone. Did a nice job of tying up his man, and Goff comes to help out, and he'll clear it out to center ice. Dewar will hit Jacobson in the neutral zone. He'll dump and chase. Dwyer on the far wall. Nice job to move that along for Miller. He'll bank it off the base of the wall. Was hoping to hit Funk. Did not connect. Now Justin Goff holding onto it, looking for the man driving towards the middle of the ice. That was Funk, but it was just a little out of his reach. And now Shores gets it out to the neutral zone just barely before it's swiped off his stick by Donovan Miller. Here comes Lee. 1-on-3, able to get away from a check, take a wrist shot that gets blockered away by Challa. The rebound comes off the glass, right back to the slot. Lee, a snapshot, didn't make it through all the way. It rolls in on net, and Challa will hang on for a whistle with just under 4 left to play here in period 2. Off the faceoff, Chambers will bring it back to Lee at the point. His long shot sails wide. Five-man scrum here along the wall. Finally, it pops free to Otto at the blue line. His wrist shot gets knocked away by Challa. Stomp after it. He goes shoulder to shoulder with Miller. Pulled away by Chambers. Chambers holding onto it, looking over his options. Pass went right through the slot out to the blue line where Lee keeps it in. He'll send it off the side of the net. Miller will wrap it around for Funk. Funk goes off the glass and out to the center ice. Dumped right back in by the Jets. Miller takes his man to the wall. Puck goes through the slot, taken away by Funk, and out to center ice they come. Kalnin will dump and chase. Kalnin has it in behind as a man in front. That was Funk, but the pass was just underneath his stick. Maxwell for the Jets will backhand this towards the slot, comes right back to him. He was well covered by Lewandowski. And now Funk back the other way. Funk, the goal scorer for the T-Rex in today's game, gets around a check going to the goal. Big save made by Jesse Lee, as that shot ended up hitting him right in the mask, and the straps on the side ended up popping off. So for the second time today, the second time in this period, I should say, goaltender needs to readjust his mask. .227 left to go here in the second period. Jets lead it 4-1. Shots now right now reading 45-10. Sauer on the faceoff. Was beaten on the draw there. Jets come away with it. Here comes Dewar. Lubbers will hold on to it. Skate towards the middle. A backhand feed. Dick's there at the side of the net. Elects to pop out to the near side, out to the blue line, a wrist shot. Hansen had that knocked off the stick to the corner. Pops over Hansen's stick, and now a race for the puck ensues. Adams after it here. Hansen beat him to the puck, but cannot clear. Comes back to Adams. His shot on goal, sticked away by Lee. Pops out to the near side. Sauer couldn't get it on net. Jammed on by Gold and cleared away by the Jets. Lucas in his own end. Wrap it around the wall for Ethan Adams. Adams will find an open wing. And Dewar takes over for the Metro Jets. Scott Dewar spinning away from the check of Donovan Miller. Or pardon me, that's Ethan Adams, 18, not 19. Hansen back in his own end. For Dewar, he was well covered, turned the puck over. Goff, his shot towards the net, sails wide. Dwyer after, throwing it towards the slot, nobody home for the T-Rex, and it's cleared out by the Jets. Icing waved off. Axonov and Miller battle in behind. Racosta has it, swiped off of his stick, and Goff will clear it out to the neutral zone. Mulligan beats Dwyer to the puck on the far wall. Dwyer gets it right back, and he'll toss it in. Lee will set up. And Dewar hits Axonov here along the wall. Couldn't get it much further than the red line before it's sent right back in by the T-Rex. 20 seconds left to go in the period. Long lead pass for Racosta, who's in, takes a shot, and Chala able to make the save and hang on to it. With 16.7 to go in period 2. A period that Param Chala is very much looking forward to being over, just so he can get a couple minutes breather in the locker room before coming back out. 28 shots on net here in this second period for the Metro Jets. Funk has it along the far wall. Cleared out to the neutral zone. Stood up there, was called in by Mulligan. Alden keeps it in for a brief moment. Kicked out to center ice. Racosta trying to get one more shot on net before the period ends. Cannot do so. And the second period comes to a close. So, a lot of offense in this second period. 4 goals on the board, 3 of which going to the Metro Jets. Kicked off by Braden Graham, who scored on a brilliant individual effort, was able to go upstairs on Param Chala. Ended up taking a hard fall into the boards and has not come back since. We'll get an update for you as soon as we can on Braden Graham. About a minute later after he had scored, Brody Jamrock on a redirect just got that in over the goal line to make it 3-0. T-Rex would start to climb back a little bit as Chris Funk from the wall threw a puck on net that surprised Jesse Lee. Found its way to the back of the net. Became 3-1. And at the 12:07 mark to close things out, Grayson LaPriest picks up a goal to make it 4-1 in favor of the Metro Jets. We are through 2 periods of play. We'll be back with the third period right after this. You're listening to T-Rex Hockey here on Black Bear TV. All right, back for the third period of play here between the Chicago T-Rex and the Metro Jets. Jets lead it by a score of 4-1, and for the T-Rex, they should be thankful that they're getting such a great goaltending performance from Param Chawla today. 46 shots through 2 periods of play, 28 of them coming in the second. He has been spectacular for the T-Rex. Still without a penalty in this hockey game. I ran downstairs to take a quick look at our next game's matchup with the premier teams, and I saw Braden Graham walking around. He was a little worse for wear, but seemed like he was going to be just fine. Not sure if he'll be able to get out onto the ice here in the third period or if they're going to play it safe. But that will unfold as time goes on. But we are ready for the third period and underway. Jets will dump this puck in. Picked up by Colton Flukas. He'll send an outlet pass up ahead for Funk. He'll bank it off the wall. Condon is there. Had to roll off the end of his stick. And Gavinato takes over for the Jets, turns it over. Turnaround shot from Sauer, didn't make it through. And the Jets come right back the other way. Hansen crosses the blue line, lets a shot go. Sails wide, and Funk will bounce it out to the blue line and out to center ice. Michael Sauer will flip this one back to Jets territory. Allow the T-Rex to get a line change. Cross ice pass ends up coming back into T-Rex territory where Jenkins, unable to clear in his own end, goes below the goal line out to the point. Pass was redirected past Dewar and out to center ice. Schwarzer, bank it off the wall. Nice job by Jacobson to be able to collect that puck. It was well behind him. And he'll dump it in. Lucas Gold for the T-Rex. With a head of steam coming back the other way. We'll bank it off the glass and chase after it. Wrapped around the wall by Adams. Pops back to him out to the blue line. Long wrist shot. Never made it on goal. Gold will toss it toward the net. Redirected on its way through by Lewandowski. And Jesse Lee able to stop that and get a whistle with 18:01 to play in period 3. Draw will come off to the left of Jesse Lee. Won by the T-Rex, but nice read there from Dmitry Aksanov. Saw the face-off wing going out to the blue line, got a stick in the way and took it. Here's Racosta sending one wide. Shielding the puck away from a check there was Laprise, ends up coughing it up, and the T-Rex clear. Comes back to Laprise there on the far wall. He'll come in over the line. Shield away from a check, got spun towards the ice. Now Aksanov, pass out towards the front. Cleared away by Dwyer, but not out. D to D they go. Mulligan not prepared for that pass. It was also a bit in between. So he'll have to recollect in the neutral zone. Aksanov will drop it off to Rakost at the blue line. Send one on goal. Chawla makes an easy save. Look out there. It ends up coming back to Chawla as he was trying to get up. Had to go right back down into the butterfly to make sure that didn't get underneath him. And finally it's cleared out of there by the T-Rex. This one goes in between a couple players and all the way down for an icing. These two teams are going to meet again tomorrow morning. It's going to be a 10:30 a.m. puck drop here at the Summit Ice Center. Off the face-off, controlled here by Stomp. Tries a shot on net, never made it through. Pick up his own rebound, bring it back to Lee at the point. His pass for Stomp a little too hot to handle. And Nacy will move it to the wall. Pass out towards the slot, bounces around. Good save there by Chala as Stomp got a hack at it. Chala had to get the leg down, that right leg, seal it along the ice. He makes the stop and brings in the rebound. Off the draw, pushed out to the blue line, not out, held in. Nice job by Lee to hold the blue line there. Chambers in behind the net, looking over his options, has to spin away from a check, ends up going into the corner. Maxwell, the wraparound. Oh, Chala, who was fully spread out, made the first save. The rebound ends up going home as Chambers pots it in the back of the net. Metro Jets take up their 5th of the game, and it's a 5-1 hockey game. Chala did a nice job spreading out for that first save. He was already down. It looked like he was kind of stuck on that far post. As Lewandowski's wrist shot is gloved down by Lee. He made the first save with the rebound, popped free out to that opposite side, and he tried to get his glove in the way of it, but good patience by Chambers. Was able to outlast him and throw it in the back of the net. And for Chambers, that's his 3rd on the season. Samuel Hansen for the Jets. Will spin away from a check and get out to the neutral zone. Taken back by the T-Rex in their own end. Nicholas Nace sends it to the near corner. Gold is bodied, can't get the puck free. Finally comes back to Nace. And he'll clear it out to center ice and all the way back into Jets territory where Lee has to clear it over to the wall. Intercepted. Lewandowski out to the slot for Gold. Didn't get it there. Now it pops free for Gold. His shot on net was knocked away by Lee. Cleared out to the blue line and forced out to center there by Dewar. Jamrock back the other way. Sent it wide. Lucas will bank it off the wall and out to center ice. Gold holding in his own zone. Drop it off for Nace, back for Gold. Cross ice feed was in the skates of Adams. Turns into a turnover. Dix avoiding the hip check of Miller. Miller ends up getting it back and will start the rush back the other way. Miller trying to get around Lee. Lee cuts him off. They battle for it along the wall. Lee is able to win that battle and start moving up to Lubbers. Lubbers holding on to it. To the middle of the ice, holding, shooting, shrugged away there by Chala. The rebound lays in the slot. Turnaround try from Schwarzer. Did not get through, and it gets cleared out of play, and we'll get a whistle. With 14-18 left to play in the 3rd. Off the draw, coming out to the blue line. Hansen had that play just in between his legs. And ends up going out to center ice. Funk plays it on the far wall. Picked up by Shores. Shores will leave it for Hansen. He banks it out to center ice. Ryan Jacobson over the blue line. He'll make his way to the middle, throw it on. Neck glove down by Chala. And he hangs on. On the face-off, there's a backhander from Axonov that goes off the side of the net. Right out in front, wide open. Racosta saved once and twice by Chala. Cleared right back out by the T-Rex. Colton Flukas will dump this right back. Jesse Lee will play it along. Now Racosta will hold and start moving back the other way. Racosta dropping it off for Hansen. His shot on goal. Good stop by Chala, able to grab that with the glove and not give up a rebound. Shot number 51 in the game for the Metro Jets. Not very often you give up 5 goals in a hockey game and you're still close or above a .900 save percentage. And Chala's used to getting a lot of shots. Like I said, the last game that he played was against Battle Creek back on October the 11th, as this wrister Maxwell goes well wide. But in that game, he faced 60 shots in only 40 minutes of play. And he gave up only 7 goals. Stomp will flip this one in. Picked up by Nace in the corner. Finally, Lewandowski will one-hand this out to the neutral zone. Gold after it, was beaten to the puck there by Chambers. Comes right back to Gold, though, on the far side. He'll soccer his way into the offensive zone. Throws it towards the slot. Lots of white jerseys there, and they'll take it back. Chambers. Chip and chase. Wrapped around to the far side. Dewar's wrister didn't make it through. Chambers a shot on goal. Blocker it out. Comes back to Chambers. He scores! What a shot! Noah Chambers going bar down. Picking up his own rebound. And he gets his second goal of the period to make it 6-1. Otto back in his own end, will drop it off for Lee. His feed finds Tyler Dix at the blue line. Now Lubbers carries on the backhand. A shot stopped by Chala with the forehead. And now Jenkins will get it out to the neutral zone for the T-Rex. Micah Jenkins in his own end, going off the wall. To the neutral zone it goes. Lee will send it right back in. Send off the glass and out to the neutral zone by Justin Goff. Lee in his own zone. Whiffed on that pass, but it ends up working out perfectly as it hits Tyler Dix in the neutral zone. He'll drop it off for Lubbers. Back to Dix in the corner. He's well covered. Now Hansen at the blue line, not ready for that pass. Had it roll underneath his stick, and he'll chase after it. Bounced off the wall and went right to Chala, who decides to be careful and will grab that and hang on with a little over 10.5 left to play in period number 3. 6-1, Metro Jets. They battle for it off the draw. Shores looking to get that on goal. Was blocked, but Jacobson, as he was covered, got a soft backhander off, and Chala stops that as well and will hang on to it. Face-off won by the T-Rex, cleared out to center ice. Picked up here by Scott Dewar at his own blue line. He'll go off the base of the wall. Jacobson tried to chip it in deep, but getting in the way of that was Donovan Miller. Now Schwarzer coughs up the puck, and the T-Rex will flip it back into the offensive zone. Dewar gets it around Funk on the forecheck. Good job keeping this play alive by the T-Rex for a brief moment. Now Hansen will control in his own end for Dewar. Far side Shores was stopped up there, and Miller comes right back in. Miller, a bad angle shot goes wide. Picked up by Kalnin to the blue line. Nacy able to send it down low. Schwarzer picks it up for the Jets. First clearing attempt did not go. Second one is given away to Kalnin. Now Schwarzer gets it right back and will just skate it out to center ice. Gets it over the blue line and dumps it in. Takes a hit there from Kalnin. Send him to the deck. And now 3-on-2 developing here for the T-Rex. Funk around to check, maybe a 3-on-1. Funk looking to the middle. Nice job getting a stick in the lane by Lee as that pass was headed for Michael Sauer. But Lee broke it up beautifully. Here's Mulligan in the T-Rex zone. Axonoff back for Mulligan at the circles. He'll let a shot go, going off the tip of the glove of Chala. Another try here from the near boards. Gets stick to the far side. Lee, slap shot blockered away by Chala. And behind the net, pass out to the slot. Racosta. Chala stayed right with it. Deflected off of Miller on the way through, and Chala able to knock it down and hang on. .8:23 left to go in the third period. 6-1 Metro Jets. Jets closing in on 60 shots for the game. 16 for the T-Rex. Backhanded out to the neutral zone by Gold. Now Laprice will hit Racosta. He shoots, and he scores! Racosta with a long-range shot that I believe might have gone off the inside of the leg of Micah Jenkins and fooled the goaltender Chala. It's 7-1. Otto off the draw will rag it back in his own end. Cleared up to the T-Rex blue line where it's controlled by Colton Flukas. Got as far as the red line before it's taken away. Flukas has it once more. Chambers on him. Turns it into a turnover. Maxwell on the far side comes out to the blue line. For Hansen here at the near point. His wrist shot didn't make it through. Chambers out in front looking for the third period hat trick. Had it deflect off the stick and out of play. .7:29 to play in period 3. Off the draw, Hansen had to roll off the end of his stick, so he has to come back to the neutral zone to retrieve. Pass up ahead, Adams over the line, will cut to the middle, drop it off. There's a shot from Lewandowski. That's kicked away and cleared out to center ice by the Metro Jets. Maxwell will come off the wall and out to the blue line, held in by Nace. And now Dewar will skate out to center ice. Unable to get it further than the blue line, and Lucas Gold comes right back. Well, the T-Rex has wrist shot, shouldered away by Lee, and cleared out of there by the Jets. Nace hacking it away from a check. Lewandowski picking it up, looking over his options, will come up the wall and out to the neutral zone. And we'll get an offsides call here on the Metro Jets with 6:13 on the clock. In the neutral zone, Jamrook unable to get it deep into the T-Rex territory. Pushed up ahead for Kalnin. A wrist shot and right into the crest of Jesse Lee, who was able to make the save and give up no rebound. Offensive zone face-off upcoming here for the T-Rex. Will win this face-off. D to D they go. Shot from the blue line by Miller. Ends up in the corner. Backhand pass out to the slot. Kalnin will leave it over for Nace. His wrist shot blockered out by Lee. Now Miller. He'll send it on goal. That gets knocked aside by Lee as well. Pass out to the slot from in behind the net. Didn't make it through. Finally comes out to Nace at the blue line. He'll throw to an open corner for Kalnin. Backhand pass to the slot. Broken up by the Jets and cleared out. Good shift there for the T-Rex off of a face-off win. Now Lubber's shot save made the rebound, hacked just wide of an open net. Now Jenkins off the wall out to the neutral zone. Here's Chris Funk around a check, and that move at the blue line sends his man over the line offside. With 5:06 left to play here in the third period. Max Lee in his own zone will find Schwarzer on the far wall. Schwarzer around a check over the line, takes a wrist shot save, and the rebound knocked away from Jacobson, who might have had an open 6x4 to knock that one home. In the neutral zone, Schwarzer will get it into T-Rex territory. Jacobson helping to get that puck in deep. T-Rex take it right back and send it out to center ice. Picked up by Gavin Otto with some speed around a couple checks. The backhand stop made, rebound. They hack it at the side of the goal, and the goaltender, Chala, able to hop on top of it and hang on. Good speed there from Gavin Otto, put the defense on their heels. He was able to wheel around him and get a shot on net. Make life a little difficult there for Param Chala. Off the faceoff, one back to the point. Hansen's slap shot was blocked on its way through by the stick of Miller. Now Aksanov, his bad angle shot stopped by Chala. And out come the T-Rex. Chip and chase. Gold after it, left it for Adams. Out to the blue line, Miller. His wrist shot sails wide. Gold after it here along the wall. That's it taken away by Aksanov, and Racosta back out to the neutral zone. We'll send it back into T-Rex territory. Laprise able to keep it in at the blue line. Pass towards Hansen. Taken away. Lewandowski will dump it in for the T-Rex. Hansen there in the corner. Wrapped around the wall. Chambers looking over his options. Hits Aksanov here in the neutral zone. Action off for Acosta in the middle. He's stick checked. Finds Chambers. His spin around backhand shot rolls wide. And cleared out to the neutral zone where Max Lee will control. Goes D to D up ahead. Chambers had it roll off the end of his stick. Kalnin knocked away from him by Lee at the MetroJet blue line. Mulligan in his own zone holding onto it. As it cleared out to center ice. Dumped right back in by the T-Rex, and Mulligan will chase. Stops up in behind his own goal. Board battle here in the neutral zone ensues. Maxwell pulls it free. Lee had that in his skates, was able to kick it to his stick quick enough to send it all the way back down into T-Rex territory. Now Sauer will wrap it around the wall and not out. Finally, it ends up getting out to the neutral zone. Mulligan below the goal line. For Stomp, who looks up ahead for Chambers. Chambers, the wrist shot, stopped by the goaltender Chala, and he'll hang on to it. 1:44 to play here in the third period. The Metro Jets on their way to their 9th victory of the season. Looking to pick up points 17 and 18. Meanwhile, the T-Rex will fall to 4 and 8. These two teams will meet once more before the weekend will close. Like I said, tomorrow morning at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. They'll be right back here at the Summit Ice Center. Donovan Miller gains entry to the offensive zone. Taken back by the Jets. Sent up the wall and out to center ice. Nace trying to clear. Could not get that puck past Tyler Dix. Jamrock in the corner. Out to the blue line, Hansen. D to D he goes. Otto's wrist shot save made the rebound. They score. Tyler Dix cleaning up the rebound. Gets his second goal of the game. Now has 5 on the season. Dumped into the Metro Jets end. Mulligan behind his own net will send it up the wall. Jamrock unable to clear. Slap shot save made. The rebound loose off the goal post. Lays there in the crease. Trying to find it is Lee. There's a couple of bodies laying there in the crease, and finally we'll get a whistle stopping play before anyone ends up getting hurt. Looks like Scott Dewar laid on top of that puck just outside of the crease. Otherwise, it would have been a penalty shot. Face off to the right-hand side of Jesse Lee. Mulligan has it behind his net. Wrap it around the wall, out to the blue line. Held in there by Miller. His shot was knocked down. They get it right back in the neutral zone and send it in deep. With under half a minute remaining. Dwyer has it knocked off of his stick and cleared out of there by the Metro Jets. Race for the puck is going to be won here by Jacobson. He'll leave it for Schwarzer. Schwarzer has it knocked away from him. Puck gets sent out to the blue line, and this hockey game is over. Metro Jets with an 8-1 victory over the Chicago T-Rex.
The final score is Metro Jets 8, your Chicago
21 shots for the Metro Jets in that third period. They'll end with 67. And the T-Rex had 10 to finish with a total of 22. So only one goal scored in the first period, pardon me. And it was just an offensive outburst from the Metro Jets after that. Powered by 2 2-goal games by Tyler Dix and Noah Chambers, they will come away with the victory here tonight. Once again, tomorrow morning, puck drop will be at 10:30 a.m. Central Time here at the Summit Ice Center to close out the weekend series between the Chicago T-Rex and the Metro Jets. Before tonight, it was an 8-1 win for the Metro Jets. For those of you at home, thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Andy Petzinger signing off.
making racial remarks, or using foul or abusive language. The Chicago T-Rex reserve the right to eject any patron whose behavior is against policy, unruly, or illegal in nature. Game tickets will be forfeited without refund. The Chicago T-Rex are very active on social media. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on X and Instagram. The T-Rex share all behind-the-scenes coverage of the team there, so be sure to stay tuned in.
Good evening and welcome into the Summit Ice Center for tonight's Midwest USPHL Premier hockey game again with the Chicago T-Rex going up against the Metro Jets developmental program. Andy Petzinger here, happy to bring you along on the broadcast. This is the second game of 3 on the weekend. Last night, these two teams met. It was a very close back and forth hockey game that the MJDP were able to squeak out the 4-2 victory and improve to 7-1 on the season, while the T-Rex are 2-8. We'll send it downstairs to Andy Stores for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, parents and hockey fans and fans watching the live stream webcast on Black Bear Sports.tv. This is Olsen Hockey Public Address Announcer Andy Stores. Welcome to Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois, for tonight's United States Premier Hockey League premier matchup between the visiting Metro Jets and your Chicago T-Rex. Let's meet the starting lineups for tonight's game, beginning with Metro Jets. In goal, number 1, Cooper Langley. On defense, number 37, Mauricio Bostovich. On defense, number 58, Spencer Stanhope. At center, number 17, Landon Graham. At left wing, number 13, Jared LeGros. And at right wing, number 6, Donald Pratt. The head coach of Metro Jets Premier is Jake Howley. The associate coach is Jamie Lovell. Assistant coach is Danny Vanderbilt. Goaltending coach Randy Wilson. And the equipment manager is Pauline Sheridan. And now the starting lineups for your Chicago T-Rex. In goal, number 33, Chase Crawl. On defense, number 7, Logan Crawl. On defense, number 8, Cole Beresford. At center, number 12, Sam Harper. At number 10, J.J. And at number 27, Ilya Austin. The GM and head coach is Danny Vandal. Ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise to a able to kindly move along as we honor America and the equipment serving our country at home and overseas. And join me all in Andy Stores and Brothers Ferry Winter in the city of Plain of the Irish Family.
Thank you, Andy Stores. All right, your starting lineups for the visiting Metro Jets. In goal, Cooper Langley. He's 0-1 on the season with 11.37 goals against, and a .625. Was yanked in a game that was against the Chicago Crush. He had 27 shots on net, 32 27 saves on 32 shots on net. His defense in front of him, Mauricio Boscovich, is paired up with Spencer Stanhope. And from left to right up front, Jarrett LeGros, Landon Graham, and Donald Pratt, just getting the call up from the elite team today. For your